Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Robert Ory. We got Allie and Mike Trudell down at the arena. The Lakers fall to the Orlando Magic. It was the first time this year that they failed to close out a team and get the win after leading at the end of the third quarter. Disappointing, to say the least. They go 4-4 on this 8-game homestand. Listen, second chance points was a big theme tonight. 13 offensive boards for Orlando that turned into 15. Second chance points, Lakers struggle from the free throw line, 20 of 28. But when you look at this box score, the balance was there for the Lakers. It had all the makings for a win. Where did you see this game get away, James? End up with Orlando winning.
I don't know, Gid. I think some decision making down the stretch. You know, I think defensively, I think LeBron got kind of suckered in a little bit. And I was saying all the time, you got to stay at home on Bane. He's the big shot maker. And I think LeBron got suckered in for that big three. The offensive rebounds you talked about, Geeter. The inability to execute. Not fully using the 24-second shot clock to move the ball. They had Ayton very involved, and I think they stopped going to the bread and butter and they went back to some ISOs down the stretch that did not work in their favor. Offensive rebounds, once again, it really hurt them. But I just think decision-making down the stretch, some defensive indecisions, offensive rebounds, I keep saying that, just another disappointing loss at home.
For me, I just think it boils down to bad luck. You think about, when's the last time we seen Rui shoot an air ball? But we lucked up and got that one, got in bounds. And then they had two offensive rebounds there. I call it two offensive. The guard sneaks in, gets it, then it goes the window. He puts it back. There's so many things like that. It's the way the ball bounces. And I figured when you have those moments where you need to knock out a team, you need to execute. And you don't, execution is boxing out. Execution is doing a little thing. Execution is not about doing what you do on the offensive end. And I think it was some bad luck with some mauls, but also it boiled down to execution.
Yeah, and you guys are talking about, listen, I don't know if we can show you right now all three of these possessions, but, Desmond Bane, the big three, the Carter putback that came off an offensive rebound from a guard, and then the LeBron possession at the end. I think everyone thought Luka was shooting that ball. There's the Bane three. There it is.
There's some players you got to stay at home. He's known for being a big shot maker. So I know LeBron wanted to help a little bit and going for it still, but that was a big shot. And then this one, I mean, look, I don't know when Luka has not taken that shot in a big game situation. To have both he and LeBron on the same side, that was easy to guard, like a pass away. So I thought Luka would take the shot to give them a few seconds to possibly get an offensive rebound as well.
And I think LeBron felt the same thing, and then not knowing probably how much time was left on the clock, and he's got to force that shot.
I think the pump fake to relocate by Luka gave him a wide open shot, and it was actually closer. So LeBron was like, okay, I'm going to the basket. And now he's like, wait, what's happening? And it was a little confusing. And for me, I don't know if Luka, I doubt this, because Luka, he going to shoot it regardless. He was 2 for 10 from 3. Mm-hmm. Do you think that played a part in it? Who knows? But LeBron was shooting it very well. And sometimes, we settle for jump shots when Luka had a drive. You're so good at drawing the fouls. Just go ahead and drive. I know you weren't shooting it good from the free throw line either, but who knows? You got that Luka magic. It might have fell in. You got the and one. So I think there was a lot of things going on there, and it looked to me like they started thinking. When you think as a basketball player, that can kind of throw you off. So I felt like they were thinking a little too much.
Look back to that big possession too, James, where we thought Luka got fouled on the three with Carter closing out.
Yeah.
And then they end up calling no foul. The Lakers did get the tip.
Yeah.
They had a jump ball at half court, but big play when you think Luka's going to the free throw line for 3 up 1.
That was a big play. I also know that, one of our big game-winning, shot makers is Austin Reeves. And I think with Luka not shooting the ball as well, tonight, maybe you go to Austin, who's definitely, gets in the interior of the defense, probably wouldn't have been looking for a 3 himself. But, yeah, I mean, these are decisions that they make. Some work 2 in a row at home. That doesn't taste very well. And so now they got to figure out how they can bounce back.
So, Rob, let's talk Paolo Banchero. I mean, 12 for 22, 10 for 11 from the free throw line. Missed his first one late in the game, actually. It was a break for the Lakers. He ended up with 36. But when you look at his third quarter, the Lakers had that 10, 12-point lead. 17 in the third really got Orlando right back in it, down 1 going into the fourth.
You know, it was like him and Austin Reeves were just going at it in the third quarter, and he, you know, we joked about his nickname, but he showed us tonight that is not true. He came out, he took over the game. And one of the things we don't realize about this dude is a big body. This dude's 6'10".
He's a tough cover.
He's a tough cover. When he got it going like he has, it's hard to stop him. You think Marcus Smart, one of our best defenders, as I mentioned it, they show it. He's too little. He's a 6'10" guy. You can't block that. And then you got LeRae, who's a good, he just uses his footwork and just goes around you. This guy pulled everything out of his bag tonight, and he was very successful at getting to the rack. And this is why he was the #1 pick in the draft, because he has the skill set to do all these things. But this has been a down year for him. And, of course, when you play the Lakers, you come out of a slump.
And they've now won 6 of 8, and they're getting themselves into the playoffs.
He reminds me of LeBron James a lot. He has the size, the strength. He doesn't mind the physical contact. You know, I think his mid-range game is really, you know, outstanding. But as far as Rob's talking about, the size and the strength, I compare him a lot to LeBron.
You guys, we were a little nervous about Desmond Bane throughout the whole night. He only had 10 going into the fourth. He was 0 for 5 from 3. He ends up with 22, so 12 of those come in the fourth, and 2 big threes, Rob.
Yeah,
one was to beat the shot clock from 30.
What was I saying before the time?
Do not let Bane get the ball.
You know, it's something about playing the Lakers, you know, especially with this guy. Even when he was in Memphis, he loved playing against the Lakers. He talks a lot of trash. He plays hard. Let's give it to him. This guy, he has a killer instinct. He wants to go out and beat guys. He tries to intimidate guys, and he gave up. In the second half, he shot the ball well. He played good defense. You know, you think about the moment when he got hot, LeBron, on a couple plays, didn't let him catch. LeBron was moving his feet and doing that, and all of a sudden, the last play, you know, I've made a lot of shots like this because everybody doing the last
It's suckered
minutes, the last seconds of game.
Bane was the only player. He was the, if I look at it, the replay again, all other players on both teams were in that paint.
Yeah. At the rim, which I didn't really realize.
He was the only one that stood out there because he knew that they would find him.
Yeah, Paolo was getting to the rim, and I think that's what brought everyone in, and he kicked it back out. Let's hear from Coach J.J. Redick, brought to you by your Toyota dealers.